Hello, welcome to our channel where we bring you a piece of the past about the Great Flood myth. So without going much further, let's dive straight in. The story of a great flood is one of the most enduring myths found in ancient civilizations across the world. From the biblical account of Noah's Ark to the Mesopotamian Epic of Gilgamesh and even Hindu, Greek, and Native American traditions, the idea of a massive, world-altering flood has been passed down for millennia. However, from an Islamic perspective, the most authentic and detailed account is that of Prophet Noah, as revealed in the Quran. This images will take you on a journey through history, examining the Islamic version of the Great Flood while comparing it to other ancient flood myths, exploring its significance, and uncovering what lessons it holds for us today. The Quranic account of Prophet Noah's story is mentioned in multiple surahs, including Surah Hud, 11, Surah Nuh, 71, Surah Al-Qamar, 54, and Surah Al-Ankabut, 29. Noah was sent as a messenger to his people at a time when they had fallen into idol worship, corruption, and immorality. He called them to worship one God, Allah, and abandon their evil ways. However, his people mocked him, rejected his message, and even persecuted his followers. After centuries of preaching, as the Quran states that he lived among his people for 950 years, Surah Al-Ankabut, 14, Allah revealed to Noah that no more of his people would believe. He was then commanded to construct a massive ark, Surah Hud, 37. This task, too, became a source of ridicule, as the people saw no reason for a flood. However, Prophet Noah obeyed his Lord and continued his work. As per Allah's decree, when water gushed forth from the earth and the sky rained continuously, a great flood swept across the land. The Quran describes it as a divine punishment for those who rejected faith. Noah was commanded to take aboard the ark a pair of every creature, his family, except those who disbelieved, and his few faithful followers, Surah Hud, 40. His own son, who refused to believe, tried to escape by seeking refuge on a mountain, but Allah's decree prevailed. Today, there is no refuge from the command of Allah except for those upon whom He has mercy, Surah Hud, 43. The waves overwhelmed everything, and the disbelievers perished. After a long period, the floodwaters receded, and the ark rested on Mount Judy, Surah Hud, 44. Prophet Noah and his people then began a new chapter of humanity, with faith and obedience to Allah. One of the oldest flood myths comes from Mesopotamia, found in the Epic of Gilgamesh, circa 2100 BCE. It tells of a man named Utnapishtim, who was warned by the gods of an impending flood. He built a massive boat, took animals on board, and survived. Eventually, the boat landed on a mountain, and he released birds to check if the land was dry, similar to the biblical and Quranic story. The book of Genesis, chapters 6 to 9, narrates a version similar to the Islamic one, but with notable differences. It mentions that Noah lived for 600 years before the flood, and the duration of the flood was 40 days and nights. In contrast, the Quran does not mention specific details regarding the flood's duration but focuses more on the spiritual lesson and divine justice. The Quran does not specify whether Noah's flood was global or regional, but many Islamic scholars suggest that it affected only the people of Noah, a punishment for their disbelief. Unlike the Bible, which suggests that the entire earth was covered, the Quran focuses on the moral, spiritual, and divine justice aspects. Some researchers suggest that real events may have inspired these myths, such as the Black Sea Deluge theory. Around 5600 BCE, rising sea levels caused massive flooding in the Black Sea region, possibly influencing Mesopotamian and Near Eastern flood stories. The Mesopotamian flood hypothesis. Some archaeologists believe that massive floods in the Tigris-Euphrates region could have been the source of these legends. 4. Lessons from the story of Noah. 1. Patience in the face of rejection. Prophet Noah preached for nearly a millennium, yet very few accepted his message. His story teaches the importance of perseverance and faith in Allah's plan. 2. The consequence of arrogance and disbelief. The people of Noah were given ample time to repent, but their arrogance led to their downfall. This serves as a reminder of the consequences of ignoring divine guidance. 3. Trust in Allah's wisdom. Even when Prophet Noah's son refused to believe, he submitted to Allah's decree, showing that faith is based on righteousness, not lineage. 4. renewal, and second chances. After the flood, humanity got a fresh start. This mirrors how Allah gives people multiple opportunities to repent and start anew. The existence of flood myths across different civilizations indicates either a common historical event that inspired multiple retellings, a divinely inspired warning that remains ingrained in human consciousness, a universal moral lesson about sin, punishment, and renewal. From an Islamic perspective, the story of Prophet Nuh is not just history. It is a lesson for all of humanity. It teaches us about faith, patience, and the ultimate justice of Allah. What do you think about the Great Flood? Was it a global catastrophe or a regional event? Let's discuss in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos of the past histories.